Environmental scanning is when a business looks at what's happening outside the company to spot possible opportunities and threats. This can include tracking new trends, watching competitors, and identifying potential risks. Passive environmental scanning takes a reactive, wait-and-see approach where organizations observe changes in the environment without actively preparing for them. This approach is more common among smaller or resource-limited firms that may view external forces as difficult to control. Proactive environmental scanning, on the other hand, involves actively monitoring trends, anticipating potential changes, and planning responses in advance. Larger firms or those in fast-moving industries often adopt this approach to gain a competitive advantage by staying ahead of change.
While organizations market their products, they must be aware of their competition. There are 4 types of competition called competitive forces, which include brand competitors, product competitors, generic competitors, and total budget. Brand competitors are competitors with similar products and prices. For example, Coca-Cola versus Pepsi, Apple versus Samsung, Nike versus Adidas are all brand competitors. Product competitors is when 2 products are in the same category, like caffeinated drinks or technology, but are different prices. These products have different features or benefits, but both satisfy the customer's need. For example, coffee versus energy drinks or Uber versus public transportation. They both satisfy the need of energy or getting to and from places, but have different features. Generic competition is when the products are different, but still satisfy customer needs. Netflix, movie theaters, arcades, board games, etc. are all examples of generic competitors. They sell different products with different features, but satisfy a customer's needs in regards to entertainment. Total budget competitors compete based on the consumer's budget, not by a specific product. Let's say you have $20 to freely spend. Will you spend it on going out for food? Going to see a movie with friends instead? That's total budget competition.
Economic forces and marketing play a big part in the decisions of both marketers and customers. Economic conditions and buying power plays a role in people's willingness to spend. The business cycle is described as changes in the economy that follow a general pattern. This cycle consists of 4 stages: expansion, recession, depression, and recovery. Expansion happens when the economy is growing, unemployment becomes low, and the total income is higher. In this stage, marketers will expand their product offerings because of the increased buying power. Recession happens when unemployment rates go up and the buying power goes down. As buying power decreases, consumers become more conscious of their spending and instead look for basic functional products. Ongoing recession can lead to depression, in which unemployment rates go up, wages are very low, and customers are less comfortable in the economy. Lastly, recovery occurs when the economy moves toward expansion again. High employment declines and wages slowly increase, leading to the healing of the economy and returns to expansion. An example of this is the 2008 financial crisis, in which the housing market exploded, causing massive losses on mortgage-backed securities, which led to a credit freeze and major bank failures. Since the economy had made a recovery, then they went into expansion until the COVID-19 pandemic occurred. Buying power is defined as money, goods, and services that can be traded in an exchange. This consists of disposable and discretionary income. Disposable income is the amount of money received through wages, rents, investments, and pensions. Discretionary income is disposable income that is available for spending and saving after an individual has purchased the basic necessities of food, clothing, and shelter. Willingness to spend is how much a customer wants to pay for a certain item. For example, we are better at guessing the price range for fruit than we are a designer brand watch. Political and legal forces also play a role in marketing. The Sherman Antitrust Act in 1890 establishes as a major misdemeanor monopolizing or attempting to monopolize. The Federal Trade Commission Act in 1914 aimed to decrease unfair competition. Lastly, the Nutrition Labeling and Education Act in 1990 requires that all processed food have proper nutrition labels.
Technological forces in marketing is using technology to help companies promote products, communicate, aid in purchasing, and more. Technological advances allow companies to promote their products online on apps such as TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, communicate with buyers, receive feedback on products to improve the design, function, and such, and make purchasing items easier. Technology can also use user data and AI to show suggested items for buyers based on past purchases or recent searches. All of this allows consumers to have an easier and faster way to shop online and see new or alike products. Sociocultural forces are social or cultural influences that impact what someone buys, who they buy from, and why they buy an item. With this, there are many social cultural factors that come into play when purchasing. Things such as demographics like age and gender, your lifestyle, your personal and political beliefs, culture, and social trends are important to be aware of. A few examples of this would be a vegan or vegetarian person in need of plant-based meats, consumers avoiding brands with poor social or work ethics, and quick on-the-go meals for people that are traveling or are too busy to prepare and cook a meal.